Theoretical limits are made to be broken.
Hi, miss.
Welcome back everybody to the Johnny Guitar channel. Today we are playing Fallout 4 Next Gen Update with Next Gen Jane. And we've got microphone check. Alright. Let us see. So, we're going to have a lot of fun today. I'm pretty excited about this. Thank you for tuning in. Thank you for watching. Like and subscribe if you haven't already. In the last episode, Jane was able to build the molecular transponder. She came here to the Institute and found out that Sean is a 60-year-old man named Father who runs the Institute. Spoiler alert, by the way. Alright, well, we didn't get much farther beyond that. Today we're going to be running around. We're going to be meeting all of the different division heads here at the Institute. And we're also going to be meeting up with Patriot, the secret inside man that we need to meet up with. Anyways, don't want to meet up with him quite yet. I first want to meet all of the division leaders. It's been a while since I've been here in the Institute with any of my characters. I often will play characters and I rarely get this far in the game before I, get bored and start a new character. But Next Gen Jane is different. She's got all of her charisma gear on. Let's see what this gives us. I don't remember how many... Okay, 8. Awesome. I don't remember how many speech checks I'm going to be running into. But we shall see. Anyways, everybody, super glad you're here with me playing Fallout 4. Anyways, no mods, vanilla base game with a couple Creation Club content, but not too much. Anyways, thank you guys for joining me. Sure do love me some Fallout 4.
Have you had time to examine my latest reports on Batch 274?
Not yet. I've been reviewing Father's plans to expand our operations at Warwick. He's eager to get that going, so I've had to put everything else to one side.
I wonder how the Warwick family is doing. Young Wally must be close to 10 years old by now. It's remarkable that any child can survive for so long up there, don't you think?
I try not to think too much about it. We have more than enough to occupy ourselves here. And those people are the last remnants of a dying past. It's best not to dwell on the subject.
They're still people, and they're suffering. We can at least admit that it's regrettable. After all, how can we hope to redefine mankind if we can't even hold on to our own humanity?
Well, that's a question best left to our colleagues in the robotics division.
Yes, well... I suppose you're right.
That was an interesting, exchange, because we see that there must be a culture. I have worked for many corporations, everybody. I've worked for companies, and there's always a certain culture around a company. Things you say, things you don't say, stances you take. It's just like a thing. And I like that we get that here in the Institute. I know that the Institute is not as evil as Vault-Tec, but you can see like the seeds being planted that, you know, give the Institute 50, 60 years. Say you side with the Institute and you keep them alive. Give them 50, 60 years of being in power. Oh yeah, and they'll be just as bad as Vault-Tec was. But we can already see that kind of the interculture here amongst workers is you don't even sympathize with those living on the surface. Because if you had sympathy for their plight, that would mean you need to do more for them.
Hey, Doc.
Welcome. So good to have you here. Dr. Clayton Holdren, head of the Bioscience Division. I can't wait for you to see the work we're doing. It's truly amazing.
I look forward to learning more about it.
In that case, let me give you a brief overview of what we do here. As the name implies, the Bioscience Division specializes in fields of study such as botany, genetics, and medicine. Our most important directive is to ensure the health and well-being of everyone in the Institute. To that end, we cultivate highly specialized breeds of flora for use in food and medicine. We've even started to explore the idea of synthetic animal life. You probably saw the gorillas. They're really just a pet project at this point, but the potential is exciting nonetheless.
The gorillas are synths too?
They are indeed. Judging by your reaction, we've done a good job making them seem lifelike. The initiative is still in its early stages, but the prospects are very exciting. I'm sure I've taken up enough of your time as it is, but I have to ask, have you decided whether you'll join us?
I'm not sure how well I'll fit in, but I'd like to give it a try.
Great. I was hoping you'd say that. In any case, I imagine you'll want to continue looking around. Or, if you prefer, I'd be happy to answer any questions you might have.
You mentioned medical care? I might need that from time to time.
In that case, you'll want to introduce yourself to Dr. Dean Volkert. He's our top biologist and also serves as the Institute's resident physician. Dr. Volkert works in the infirmary. Just pay him a visit whenever you need to. You won't find better medical care anywhere else in the Commonwealth. I'll promise you that.
Dr. Holdren's synth gorilla project is showing promising results. All this must be a little overwhelming for you.
Alright. I thought there was a secret back here. Maybe I'm wrong. Oh, wait, right there, right? There is, if you're playing in survival mode, everybody, there is so much amazing loot here in the Institute. I mean, you could really just load up on so much,
Yes.
and it's like the valuable stuff. You know what I mean? Like, look at all this. Okay, but one thing I need to remember is I don't need to grab it all right now. Look at all that. I will have more opportunities in the future to grab that. I will come back here. Can't leave anything behind. Just a weird, like, so does someone work here? Is this someone's workstation? Okay? Let's think about this. So you've got, like, all these diodes and lights flashing and blinking. Got it. Yeah, yeah. Different power, different sectors, different routing. And then the guy has a microscope and an ear examiner. Frickin' plate. What does that even mean? Does he monitor the power supply, or does he look at earwax in a microscope? I don't know. I don't know, everybody. That's the mystery of the Institute. Okay, we're not going in the FEV lab, obviously, because it's going to be its own quest. Get comfortable with this, everybody. We're going to be exploring the Institute for a while. And we're going to be questioning a lot of things. We're going to be questioning the logic of the Institute. First off, there's no wonder they are making biological sense, because there's not enough humans in this place to have a diverse genetic pool. There's just not. You would have to have so many, what is it, like, you have to have like 3,000 people who aren't family members in order to, like, really create a society. I don't know. I just feel like there's not enough people. And I'm seeing a lot of scientists, and I guess they put the synths to work. Oh, Father's just standing there staring at Sean. Synth Sean. Where am I going? What is happening? I'm trying to follow this one that's just at the very top.
Clean floor. Are your visual receptors malfunctioning? Can you not see the grime and dust?
Hey,
Don't make excuses. You're clearly defective, and I intend to report this. Perhaps after you've been disassembled, we can use your components to make something that's actually useful.
Nothing to report, ma'am. Welcome to the Institute, ma'am.
Greetings, ma'am.
We don't usually welcome outsiders. I hope you can appreciate your good fortune.
Doc?
They weren't kidding. You really are here. Well, all right. I'm Allie Fillmore. You can think of me as the Institute's chief engineer. When Father told us about you, I could hardly believe it. You've been through so much, I think most people would have just given up. If you don't mind my asking, what was it that kept you going all that time?
I guess I just wasn't ready to die yet.
Well, that's understandable. The will to survive is the most basic human instinct. Now, I'll give you a quick rundown of the Facilities Division, and then I'll answer any questions you might have afterward. As you might guess, we keep the Institute's mechanical and electrical systems running smoothly. We maintain and upgrade all of the systems that make it possible to live and work in a place like this. There's a lot of machinery behind these walls that recycles the air and water and provides power to the laboratories and quarters. The work we do might not be as exciting as some of the other departments, but it's at least as important. So, now that you're here and you've spoken to Father, does that mean you're on board?
Absolutely.
Oh, good to hear. It'll be a load off Sean's mind. Take your time. Get yourself acquainted. There's a lot to take in. Plenty of things you won't find topside. If there's anything else you'd like to know about the Facilities Division, I'm happy to discuss it.
Who built this place, originally? Has it been here long?
The construction of the Institute is the work of generations of scientists. The original survivors of the war, our progenitors, took refuge in the basement of the old Commonwealth Institute of Technology. Over time, their sons and daughters dug deeper into the earth and built increasingly sophisticated habitats and laboratories. It's a process that's still going on today. Even now, we're digging out tunnels for new facilities and infrastructure. Just think what this place will look like 100 years from now. I hope I'm there to see it.
Okay. Pretty sure you're all, like, a little inbred, just like a little, like a touch, like a dash of inbreeding, because it's been 200 years since the bombs dropped. I know that there were students in the CIT ruins, but I mean, how many could there have been? 100? 200? You know, right? Like realistically?
77 has been discontinued?
Realistically?
That was my favorite one.
You guys are all a little inbred. And then now all the synths are based off of Sean's DNA. There's just a whole lot of weird genetics going on in here in the Institute. But you know what? It's fine. I try not to judge. Okay? You know, the world has ended. Everyone's making their own decisions. As long as everyone is consensual, you guys have fun with this weird little cousin love factory you've built here for yourselves.
She's been at it for over 2 hours. What is she even testing?
Nothing.
Safety
At this
first.
point, she's just doing it for
Remember
fun.
that.
Well, that was productive. One day, I'll design a more efficient reactor to replace that old clunker in the basement.
Excuse me, Doctor?
Ah, it's you. You're here then. Yes, I know who you are. We all do. While I'm sure Father is very happy that you're here, I do hope it doesn't interrupt our work.
What is it you're working on?
Advanced systems, special projects. You've seen the boy, Synth, already. We've been hard at work on him for quite a while now. Oh, before I forget, let me see that Pip-Boy of yours. I've been told to install a courser chip in it for you. Father's orders. You're to be given full access, with the ability to relay in and out of the Institute at will.
Thank you. I'm sure that will come in handy.
Given that the relay is the only way to access the Institute, handy is something of an understatement. In case the significance is lost on you, you'll be the only one here with that kind of access. If nothing else, it should demonstrate the amount of trust Father has placed in you. Now, unless there's something else, I really do need to get back to work.
Is everything okay, Dr. Lee? You seem pretty tense.
Yes, things are... It's fine. I'm sorry, I don't socialize much. I prefer to focus on my work.
Dr. Lee? Tell me about the people in your division.
I'm not sure what there is to say. Dr. Watson is the Specialist Project's lead scientist. He's, how to put it, very organized and precise. Dr. Ormond is one of the youngest scientists in the Institute, and she's something of a prodigy when it comes to physics.
Dr. Lee? I'd like a progress report on your division, if you don't mind.
Taking your new appointment in stride, I see. Very well. We've shifted resources off of other projects, like the Child Synth, to focus on Phase 3. I'm hoping that the above-ground efforts are successful. I understand those depend heavily on you.
Oh boy, I just realized something, everybody. I just realized something. So, let's think back to Fallout 3, shall we? Where we first met Madison Lee. Now, our mother died, the player character from Fallout 3. Spoiler alert, our mother dies in childbirth. Project Purity is stalled. We as a baby are raised in Vault 101. Madison Lee and our father have a pretty cozy relationship for about 17 years after the death of his wife. So anyways, what I'm saying is there's a big fan theory out there that Madison Lee and James, our father from Fallout 3, were in love. So, now let's think about it. The love of her life killed in Fallout, oh, spoiler alert, killed in Fallout 3. I'm just saying that this is a sad woman, how she says, she mentioned she doesn't socialize much. She focuses on her work. She used to work for the Brotherhood of Steel, which is kind of where we left her at the end of Fallout 3. But she even worked for Maxon, but she left the Brotherhood of Steel. So she did not grow up here in the Institute, unlike some of these other scientists. Most of them, actually. She actually grew up out in the wastes, doing her best to save the capital wasteland. But here she is now. I feel like this is a woman who was once in love and lost everything. Very interesting. Very interesting, Madison Lee. I'm glad you are here in Fallout 4. Alright. Oh, and then also, oh, also nothing. I forgot. Okay, that whole tangent about Madison Lee made me forget. Let's listen to this holotape, shall we?
This is day 8 of Trial 6. The last week has been very productive, but exhausting. I think we'll need a break after this. Benet has done some really marvelous work with the personality mesh. It's almost too good. The responses map almost identically to expectations, some of the most lifelike I've seen. Of course, it's not really Sean. None of his memories are in there. That, even now, would be a step too far. It's starting to have an effect on the team, I think. I know I've been caught up in the moment once or twice. Just a second or two, forgetting that he's not a real boy. Still, I think we'll need to consider restricting him to the lab only for the moment. I'm well aware that others are put off by his presence. If I were slightly more arrogant, I might consider that a sign of success.
Okay, that of course was in reference to little Sean boy. Hey, here's something I just noticed. So we were down in that hallway in biosciences and we saw the this display of sectors 1 through 3, their power, as well as the routing of said power. Here it is again in her office. Why does she need this? And then here it is again on this terminal. Right? Right? Is that the same? It's different. Random numbers. Okay. I don't know why I'm so interested in this. I do not know why I'm so interested in this, but look at this. Look at too, like the way they have it. This is not a digital screen. So the word Core 126, that's permanent. Why does Core 126 need so much attention? You have Core 1 through 4 right here. But Core 126 and Core 038 and Core 749, those ones need... Here's the routing map again. Okay, that's a repeat of the of right there. Okay, a lot of the same, a lot of the exact same information on multiple chunks of machinery, just taking up space. Let's go over here. Same information. Okay. Ooh, there's 4 sections. There are 4 sections on this section of the map. That's the traditional 3 in the routing, okay? We have a mysterious 4th section that requires power. That actually might be very clever of them because I believe there is a hidden 4th section that does need power. But it seems like this is maybe a hint towards that, or maybe...
Rushed work is sloppy at best and deadly at worst.
Yeah, every other one only has sections 1 through 3. This is the only terminal, I guess, a light board I found that has a fourth section. Interesting. Interesting. All right, let's keep moving. I don't need to pick apart every little detail here in the Institute, but we're gonna, because that's how my brain works, and I enjoy it. I enjoy this part of my brain. I enjoy overthinking these games because I love these games. I do the same thing in Skyrim.
Will there be any pain?
I honestly don't know. I suppose it's your job to find out. Now hold still. There. All done. You can return to your duties, and remember to record every symptom you experience in detail.
I hope I'll prove a useful test subject for you, Doctor.
Mm-hmm.
Father has done remarkable
Once you've settled
things.
in, I'll want to
would
do a
not
physical and
exist
get a
were it
file
not for
going.
him.
No hurry, though.
After what I've been through, a checkup is probably a good idea.
I should think so. Who knows what you might have been exposed to up there? How about you take some time to get comfortable, learn the lay of the land and such. In the meantime, you come see me if you need to get patched up. We'll do that checkup when you're good and ready. Take care of yourself, so I don't have to.
You know the protocol, sir. Authorized personnel only.
So Dr. Ayo thinks he can hide in his office, does he? Well, you can tell him that I intend to speak to Father about these unannounced security sweeps of yours. Ransacking my quarters in the middle of the night is totally unacceptable.
I'll pass along your message, Doctor.
See that you do.
Be on the lookout for unusual synth behavior.
When the lights go down and the stars come out, man just forgets about all his troubles.
Excuse me, Doctor.
Welcome, welcome. It is so good to meet you. I truly hope you'll come to think of the Institute as your home.
What do you do here?
Oh, I'm in charge of housing and provisions. It's my mission to ensure that everyone lives a comfortable and productive life. You should know that many of us consider it a great honor to have you here.
Operating at full capacity.
I'm seriously thinking of heading over to robotics to knock some heads together.
Carry on, ma'am.
They're dragging their feet on the targeting package upgrades I asked for. Maybe I should take some courses with...
Excuse me.
Send the message.
Pardon me.
Please don't. There's enough friction as it is between us and pretty much all the other departments.
You going soft on me, Alana? My methods get results. It will this time as well. You'll see. Courses on the hunt are relentless. If you see one, you should stay out of its way.
Doctor?
So, here you are. Justin Ayo, Acting Director of the Synth Retention Bureau. I'll be upfront with you. We're going to be keeping a close eye on you for the near future. Despite your relation to Father, you're a bit of an unknown quantity.
I'm sure you understand. There won't be any issues, will there?
Why? Don't you trust me?
I'll be honest. You're an outsider.
The first outsider to be allowed access to the Institute in quite a long time, in fact. There's little precedent for this situation, so it's only natural to take extra precautions, It's nothing personal, I assure you.
Now, Father has asked that I provide you with a brief overview of the Synth Retention Bureau. Our primary responsibility is the recovery of escaped synths that are hiding among the human population on the surface.
Alright, just a side note. Escaped synths are such a problem for the Institute that they have to create an entire bureau to deal with it. That's crazy, right? Like, there's so many synths escaping.
Hello?
Like, that's...
You there?
That's...
Why would synths want to escape?
Synths do not want. They might look like human beings, but they're machines. As to why they're escaping? That matter is currently under investigation. Our main instrument is the Courser, a third-generation synth assigned to operate on the surface. Coursers hunt down and reclaim synths that have escaped the Institute. They are highly self-sufficient, trained in combat, infiltration, and tracking. In a word, our Coursers are relentless. But I gather you know all this, since you've encountered one already. In fact, I'd very much like to know how you defeated it.
Why does it matter?
If there is some defect in Courser combat programming, then it must be identified and corrected. I suppose I'll have to ask robotics to perform detailed diagnostics on the entire production run. As if we don't have enough problems. Now, unless you need something else, I'll get back to work.
If you're the acting head of the SRB, who are you filling in for?
Dr. Zimmer holds that position. He's supervising the retrieval of some of the more high-profile units. In his absence, I keep things running smoothly.
You wouldn't happen to have a spare polarizer on you, would you?
Dude, Dr. Zimmer? Dr. Zimmer is the guy that you meet in Fallout 3. Once again, Dr. Zimmer, you meet him in the big ship, Riverton. Rivet City. Yep, you meet him in Rivet City, the giant ship, and he is searching for a missing synth. So Fallout 3 is the first time that we're actually introduced to synths as a thing. I don't think they use the word institute, but they do talk about a commonwealth. Anyway, did anyone notice that there's also 4 section power sections? Section 4, right there. I don't know why I care about that. Anyways, where'd that guy go? I want to talk to him some more. There you go. Got a few more questions, buddy.
That must have been terrifying.
Dr. Ayo.
What do you want? And please, make it quick.
You mentioned that coursers undergo special training. Tell me more about it.
The SRB constantly monitors our Gen 3 synth population, looking for specific traits. Those who show tenacity, fearlessness, and independence undergo a rigorous training regimen. We teach them armed and unarmed combat, investigative techniques, psychology, and mechanical skills. Those who pass a final evaluation become coursers. The rest have their memories wiped and return to their former duties.
Whoa, this is crazy. This is crazy, everybody. I don't know if I'm just stoned or what, but this is crazy. So, they don't build coursers from the ground up. What he just said is that they monitor Gen 3 synths, find the ones most talented in the skills they want, put them through training, make them coursers, memory wipe everyone else. But what I'm saying is that he's admitting right there, he just admitted that his Gen 3 synths all have different attributes and talents that he cannot predict. They're not programmed with these. You know, he said that, synths that show fearlessness and tenacity. So they are just like humans. You don't program them to have fearlessness and tenacity. You don't program them to have good gun handling skills. You have to wait until they're made and then figure out what talents and skills they have. Oh, that's like they're human. They're human enough that you guys are monsters, and Jane will deal with you eventually, but not yet. Hold your anger in, Jane. Hold your anger in.
Justin?
Yes? What do you need?
I'd like to know more about the synth reclamation process.
Fine. Once a courser has located a rogue synth, it uses that synth's recall code to wipe its memories and render it inert. We then begin the delicate process of restoring the neural pathways to their original configuration. In those cases where the procedure is successful, the synth returns to duty with no memory of its time on the surface. All too often, we're unable to repair the damage and are forced to dispose of the unit entirely.
Report anything suspicious to the SRB.
All systems nominal.
Wait. Before I go back and talk with Father, I do want to meet Patriot. Remember, the whole reason I'm here, well, I guess Jane's reason to come here was to find Sean, but turns out he's a 60-year-old man. He's running a corporation, basically a company, and everyone's kind of whipped, and yeah, kind of has the same kind of like out of touch bureaucracy that many companies have. Anyways, let's go find Patriot first.
Child synth. It's just remarkable.
Hello, ma'am. Welcome to the commissary. What can I get for you?
Sure. Let's take a look.
Mankind.
Synth unit, you were scheduled for maintenance duty in SRB last night. Anything you'd like to report?
Nothing to report, sir. I carried out my duties, as usual.
Dr. Ao saw you accessing a terminal. You know you are not permitted to access terminals in that section. Is Dr. Ao mistaken?
Yes. I mean, no, he's not. But I was only...
What is it? Were you or weren't you accessing a terminal in SRB?
I was, but I swear it's not what it sounds like. I was cleaning the terminal, and it switched on by mistake. I was just shutting it down.
Was that a stutter? Have you developed a defect, unit? Maybe you need to be reset.
Sir, I assure you that won't be necessary. It won't happen again.
See that it doesn't. You don't want me to tell you twice. Now get back to your duties.
Your presence here is a great gift, not just to Father.
Dude,
but to
that
all
is
of us.
terrifying. That is terrifying. This synth here, she does not want to be memory wiped. And the coursers are using memory wiping as a threat. Oh my gosh, I have way more sympathy for the synths now. I don't think it's because of the railroad. I think it's because I literally came to this location and I just there's a lot to take in, but it really seems like the synths, the Gen 3 at least, synths they have personalities, they have talents and skills, which we just learned. They have talents, they have individual skills, they have individual personalities. Who says that a synth is not as worthy of the respect and peace as a human?
Hey, it's me. So you're the one who sent the encrypted message. How did you even do that? I wasn't sure anyone on the surface would have a chance to crack Trinity. You know, the encryption algorithm.
Trinity? What's that?
Trinity is an encryption system with a cipher, or key cut up into many pieces. You need several pieces in the correct order to unlock it. I put a Trinity piece with every synth I helped escape. It was a long shot, but I was hoping some good Samaritan would connect it all together.
A friend named Tinker Tom cracked your encryption.
He must have had some serious hardware to pull that off. Wow, your message was only one word. Friend. What did you mean by that?
The Railroad's in the business of helping synths, too. That makes us friends.
What? The Railroad? As in the Railroad? I kept sending synths to the surface hoping someone would help them. I hoped the Railroad got to some of them, but I never knew for certain.
You've saved a lot of synths.
So much to take in. But wait, with you in the picture, I have this idea. to rescue a lot of synths at once. But we'll need help. Where's he working now? Right. Let's go to the West Atrium. Probably best to talk about something else right now. You know my father thinks it's a living hell on the surface. But that can't be right. Heck, you look positively normal to me. No offense. I'm not sure if we could ever make the surface actually a decent place to live. But that doesn't mean we shouldn't at least try to help, you know?
Liam.
Good. He's here. C-114. It's me.
Sir, do you require something?
It's okay, Z1. She's a friend. She's with the railroad.
Meeting here is dangerous. And you bring a stranger. You. How do I know we can trust you?
Because the members of the railroad have dedicated their lives to fight for your freedom.
I thought only Mr. Benet cared. But your friends actually fight for us?
That's what the railroad does, Z1. She's from the surface.
I've never met another human willing to help. But, sir, we must make this quick.
Right now, how many synths want to escape, Z1?
The ones I know for certain? 13.
That'll take forever. Let's free those 13 all in one go.
I would do anything for my people. But how do we get them to the teleporter? It's no good. The old maintenance tunnels that lead there are always sealed. By the SRB.
If I can find a way to open those doors, could you get your synths to the teleporter room?
Yes. We'll talk later. Someplace more secure.
Reporting status. All functions normal.
Liam.
Just a few high security doors, right? Controlled by cutting-edge SRB security tech. Yeah. A head-on hack is the sucker play. So we go at them sideways. You're willing to help, right? I can't do this alone.
Of course I'll help you.
Our core security architecture hasn't fundamentally changed from the old CIT days. The original security program was called Code Defender. Revolutionary stuff. We still have terminals running version 1, mothballed in storage. With some persuasion, I can get an old terminal to interface with the new security terminals. Enough to open doors, at least. Problem is, I can't even crack version 1. So I need a good old-fashioned username and a password. And that's nowhere to be found in the Institute. But if you could get me a pre-war admin password from the surface, I could log right in.
Where would I find that?
Unfortunately, I don't know. The obvious place won't work. The CIT ruins were picked clean years ago, but some of the admins had to live off campus. Ask your friends in the railroad. I need those login credentials.
Oh my god, so cool. So cool. Yeah, so, I mean, if you... I know that sometimes... And maybe I'm just basing this off of, like, Facebook groups, message boards, Discord, but a lot of people, or some people rather, feel that synths are just robots. Well, and you know, dogs are just animals, right? You gonna chop up a dog and eat it? No. No. When humans learn that something has an individual personality and it's lovable on some level, obviously, we rally behind it. We love it. Are you telling me that people would not love synths? Are you telling me that people would not just fall head over heels over a synth, right? Oh my god, the robot is... How many movies have robots we love? Johnny 5, that was the only one. Short Circuit is the name of that movie. Anyways, what I'm saying, everybody, is that I don't think people would really truly be against synths. I think that people would be pretty okay with the idea And you would love them. You would put like bows in their hair. You would like dress them up in cool like Danny Zuko Grease outfits. You know what I mean? Like it would get weird pretty quickly. What I'm saying. How do I get to father?
Do we really need all these coursers roaming the halls?
Once again, everybody, I feel like there's not enough human beings here at the Institute. Not enough to create a diverse genetic profile, which would be needed to sustain life. Okay? To sustain human life.
So much research, so little time.
But that one guy talked about
Sir, we've had another situation. A code red.
What? This is the third time in 2 weeks. This is unacceptable. How could this happen?
We think there was a system glitch. We're looking into it.
Damn it, you're all useless. I'll figure out what happened. But in the meantime, tell the others to be on high alert. I want more patrols and more rounds.
Right away, sir.
If you see anything even remotely suspicious, report it immediately. This absolutely cannot happen again. Got it?
Yes, sir. Understood.
The rest see me as little more than a glorified repairman. But I'm as much a scientist as any of them.
All systems nominal.
Alright, I have more to say. Yeah, that's right, everybody. I have more to say. It seems like all the humans here in the Institute are like scientists, right? Like they're at minimum like master's degree college scientists or university scientists. And they're all bred from the children of the original people who lived here. But here's the thing.
You gave life to Father.
Humans are diverse. And not everybody's going to be a scientist. Not everybody's going to be smart enough to be a scientist. 200 years have passed. What do they do with all the... And I don't want to be rude about this. What do they do with all the dumb kids? What happens to them? Because they're not being used in manual labor. Oh, no. It's like the Gen 2 synths that are the ones being the janitors, cleaning, selling food. What happened to all the humans who were not intelligent enough to become scientists? Or mechanics, or repairmen. You know, like you don't have to just be a scientist. There are many trade skills that require a lot of intelligence. The repairmen, the plumbers, right? Like you gotta have a plumbing system here. Where are those people? Where are the blue-collar workers of the Institute? Because surely you need them. You cannot rely on synths to do that. And if you do rely on synths to do all your like plumbing and repair and janitorial work, then the question becomes, what did you do with all the humans that would have been good for those jobs and not good for scientist jobs? Did you kill them? Did you kill them?
Now that you've had a chance to see the Institute firsthand, what do you think?
I've seen my share of think tank science labs.
Oh, I assure you, none of them were quite like this place. Ultimately, all our knowledge and resources are focused on a single goal. The goal is best summarized by our motto: mankind, redefined. Unfortunately, no advancement comes without occasional setbacks. As remarkable as our synths are, they can be dangerous without proper supervision. The superior synth mind and body attempting to wrestle with something approaching free will can be a recipe for chaos.
If the synths are intelligent and self-aware, then they have a right to free will.
However closely they may approximate human behavior, they are still our creations. When you see what I have to show you, I think you'll agree that we know what is best for our synths. A rogue synth has taken over the Raider gang at Libertalia. His memories have been erased, and his identity altered. He believes he's a man named Gabriel. Under his leadership, the Raiders have taken many innocent lives. I've dispatched a courser to Libertalia. I'd like you to join him and reclaim that synth.
Who erased his memories? And why?
Those idealistic radicals who call themselves the Railroad are behind it. We'll deal with them in time. But right now, the priority is to reclaim that synth before more harm is done. Now you should get moving. Many people are in danger, and a delay could cost lives.
All right, great job, everybody. Let's go visit the doctor. I know that somewhere there's like an apartment for me, like I have my own apartment, but we do not need that. Because I know that there is a doctor somewhere. Who are you?
3 levels of approval. Do you believe that? 3!
Nope. So there's a doctor somewhere. Right near the doctor is a bed I could constantly use. So we don't... There we go. Buddy. I'm diseased.
I have to admit, the 3rd generation synths are really something.
Got a minute to patch me up, Dr. Volkert?
Let's see what's wrong with you. Take good care of yourself, and you won't have to see too much of me. Here, this should take care of it. There. Good thing you didn't turn to one of those Commonwealth butchers for medical care. There's a stock of medical supplies over in requisitions, if you need more.
Good to see you.
All right. So I think we've had a fun adventure here in the Institute. The next mission we go on, where we go reclaim the synth at Libertalia, that's actually my favorite Fallout 4 mission. It's quite enjoyable. There's a lot of different ways you can do it. You can just blast your way through it. You can seriously, parasites. Okay, now we have to wait for the doctor again. Buddy, when do you start work? Okay. Probably 9 o'clock. He's a doctor. He's gone to college. 9 o'clock. Okay, good.
Take good care
Sir.
of yourself, and you won't
Well.
have to see too much of me.
Got a minute to patch me up, Dr. Volkert?
All right, hold still, and I'll take a look. I have
Okay.
to admit, the third-generation synths are really something. Now,
Yeah, whatever,
hold still,
buddy.
please.
Yeah, he doesn't charge me. I love it. But I caught parasites sleeping in one of your
There we
hospital
are.
beds.
Good as new.
That says that your beds are not being properly cleaned and sanitized between users, and that is disturbing. Let's look at the map. Am I supposed to just go to Libertalia? Is that how that works? Oh, I guess maybe I can... Do I have to go there on foot? Oh my god, are you guys serious? I hate you guys. Okay, I think we've done enough with the Institute. We talked to all the division heads. We met the Patriot. And I think by really listening to everyone's dialogue and sussing out the information, I think it's obvious that Gen 3 synths are born with quite a lot of different personalities, talents, skills, emotions, right? How could you deny? I know that they're built. Great, they're built. And hey, dogs were bred from the wolf, meaning human beings have bred dogs in such a way that they are very far removed. The Chihuahua, the Pomeranian, is very far removed from their ancient wolf and wild dog, not hyena, but wild dog ancestors. And yet we're okay accepting the dog. I love dogs, by the way. I'm not saying this to... I love dogs. Check out the Johnny Guitar channel. I've actually got a lot of videos with my dogs in them. I love them. Anyways, as a species, if we're so open to accepting doggies and loving them because we recognize that they have their own personalities and their own little quirks, and we love those things about dogs, I feel
Seems to be growing well.
like we would probably accept frickin' synths as well. We'd be like, oh, my synth is special. My synth has a personality. Anyways.
Anything I can do? You just say the word.
I've always been on the fence about synths being, just like products. Is a synth a product? Is a synth a being? I think after visiting the Institute and literally talking with the scientists who work there, I've come to the conclusion that, yeah, synths are people, and we need to save them. We cannot allow them to...
Nice day. Where are we headed?
Anyways, we're gonna do all that in the next episode, everybody. Thank you for tuning into the Johnny Guitar channel. Check out the channel itself. I play a lot of Skyrim, I play a lot of Fallout 1, Fallout 76, even a little bit of Fallout 3 and a little bit of Fallout New Vegas. But yeah, check out the channel. I'm always playing fun games. I also post short videos of my dogs and other puppies playing because I love dogs. So yeah, check out Johnny Guitar. Thank you so much. In the next episode, we are definitely going to be heading to Libertalia and dealing with that rogue synth and doing that whole battle. It's going to be a whole thing. It's going to be annoying, I assume. Anyways, everybody, thank you for watching Johnny Guitar channel, and we will see you next time we play Fallout 4 Next Gen Update with Next Gen Jane.